brothers.
And why does it? That time it sounded like law enforcement.
I'm sorry.
Progress.
I saw you guys
Well,
be out on the beach enjoying the weather like me.
well, fortunately, the guards let me put on a regular shirt for this program so I can get out of that orange jumpsuit for a while.
Thank you, guards.
Yeah.
Orange is the new black.
Hey, well, they ain't no pussy here.
Whoa.
I'll come over.
All right. So what do you gentlemen want to get a deep dive into? Now that I
So
mentioned pussy.
do you well, speaking of pussies, have you guys are you guys worried about Iran at all and what they're going to be doing?
Only if they suddenly start launching nukes.
Do you think they will start launching nukes? Do you think they
I think if they
have
had
that
them,
capability?
they
don't think
would drop them.
I don't think they will.
Well,
I
we've
do.
got,
If they've got one, they'll use it.
we've got warmongering Lindsey Graham trying to push a bill forward in the Senate right now so that the president can use the full force of the military if Iran has I think what plutonium grade whatever. What's
Well,
Weapons
I
grade
think
plutonium.
yeah weapon
Well, okay, but the services are depleted and they're war weary. Who are we going to throw at them?
the thing is I don't think they're going to do anything. We're going to
They already did
proactively
drone attack.
and drop shit on them before for what? I mean, before they do anything, they're not going to do anything. I don't think they will.
This whole Hamas Hezbollah crap that's going on in Israel, right?
Right.
We all know that it's being funded by Iran, right? And
Mm-hmm.
The
now,
money that Obama gave them.
with the money that we gave them, and now it's just another reason because they are a very petroleum heavy country, right? And so now we're back to the same Bush stuff where we're going to fight terrorism by going over here and attacking these people over here and getting Saddam Hussein.
Right. I mean,
That's what we're doing.
you're absolutely right by what you're saying. I mean, they're good. They just want to continue what they're doing, what they've done before, and what they're doing now. I mean, I think they're getting fucked. I think there's a lot of money going in a lot of pockets on this Ukraine and on this Ukraine war that's been happening damn near 4 years. Right?
Yeah, billions of dollars have gone over there.
And I think even, and this is Johnny Ray talking, but I think Putin's even getting a little money on this. It's like, okay, we're just going to keep, well, no, I'm talking about, so Zelensky and Putin, they're just playing their game. That's all they're doing. I think all of them are getting money.
In the 50s, Eisenhower said, if you industrialize war, you'll always have war.
Yeah.
And he's right, because the defense industrial base won't make money unless there's a fight for them to build stuff towards.
Military complex. War.
And I think, and he's right. And it's happened. It's happened many times over. But I think all that effort and money could be contributed to the betterment of Americans, country, our military, all of that. If we put all that money and resources and thinking went into just the four walls of the United States, I mean, we'd be awesome.
Let me ask you this question. It's probably a very unpopular opinion or ideology, but a way that we could fund our military, increase the funding incredibly. How many bases do we have in the world, and why do we need them? I bet we could cut
global footprint.
Now, we could cut it by half. In today's day and age, we don't need a base. Let's say we don't need all the bases we have in Japan and in the Philippines and in Okinawa and in those areas to take care of what needs to be taken care of over there. We don't need all of that. You could shrink them down.
Well, you need forward staging areas. I mean, it's
Well, and
there's
I don't
still
think so in
land
today's day and
mass.
age. I don't think you do in today's day and age with
How
the
else are you going to get material out?
big
well,
airplanes
and
that fly really fast and
Well,
hold
they have to
payload.
land somewhere and refuel.
the refuel, it's called an aerial refuel.
And they can fly longer distances and airdrop what they need to airdrop.
You
And
got
do what they
cargo
need to
ships.
do. I just don't think we need a
KC-135s and the cargo boat. I mean, there are ways to do it, sure, but it's a lot more efficient if you have forward staged areas.
And I totally agree. And I agree with Tommy and I agree with Dwayne, but
what I'm saying is, look, in Japan, how many bases do we have in Japan?
Well, if Japan's not
shit.
strategic, then close
1,
it
2,
down.
3. I think we have 4.
Well, the
There's
Marines.
Sendai, there's Misawa, there's Okinawa, and
No, not Okinawa. I'm just talking about mainland Japan.
so there's
Yokosuka, Atsugi, Yokohama, Narita.
yes, I forgot about it. So yeah, you got Camp Fuji, Camp Zama,
Yeah.
Yokosuka, Atsugi. There's Yokota Air Base.
Yeah.
There's Misawa, and the one there's a Sendai. Yeah.
That's just on mainland Japan.
Yeah.
And we have Guam over in that neck of the woods.
Yeah.
And there's Subic Bay.
Well, Guam is a territory, so U.S. territory. So
yeah, but I mean, there's and then those are in Okinawa.
I mean, there's a Marine base, there's a Navy base, and I know that for sure. I don't know about the Air Force. Or there's a small Army contingency down there. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a Kure down in Hiroshima. There's another base on mainland Japan. Yeah, so we're way up in the.
That's what I'm alluding to. Not say don't have bases in Japan. I'm saying why do we need 15?
Yeah, we don't. We need
Most of them are land. They've been there a long time.
What's that?
So they've all been there a long time. That none of them are new.
True.
I agree, but do we need them? That's my question.
Well, we closed out stuff in Germany. Why don't we close out stuff in places where we don't need it? I understand what you're saying, but you still need strategic forward tactical location.
Well, and I'm only I mean, I understand there's a strategic value in that, but like Korea, there's a lot of bases in Korea, but Korea's there's still a war. And it's just put on pause.
It's on armistice.
Right? Exactly. So, but in Japan, I understand the strategic value of it, but do we need that many different locations? And because I've been to a lot of them in Japan, I haven't been to Okinawa. I've only been to mainland Japan and Sapporo. And I've been to all of them in Japan and mainland. So there's some of them that are just such a small contingency there, like I think it's in Kure. It's nothing but, or is that's in South? I don't know where the hell that is. There's another base that's way down south I went to, and all it is there's a Marine base and an Army spot, which is nothing but bunkers. And it's nothing but ammo. That's all they do. It's like just bunkers and bunkers and bunkers of ammo.
Well, when I was stationed in Yokosuka, we had an ammo dump just across the bay in Urago. And so we were manning that also.
Yeah.
Just saying. I know you don't want to keep all that ammo close to the base where all the people are, because if they target that. But anyway, all I'm saying is our footprint could be made smaller and with the technology and equipment that we have now, we can still reach out and touch somebody.
Exactly.
There you go. There's my unpopular opinion.
And then the thing is even if we, talking about the reach out and touch somebody to pick up and move a division is not that long. It's nothing happens overnight, but we have the capabilities now to pick up an entire division and move them, in 5 days,
Yeah.
Well, we're not making big tanks anymore. We're not making heavy
right.
armored vehicles. We're making all.
And the thing is like
stuff.
all these bases, like what Dwayne was saying, it was all of those things were created back World War II, because it was forward thinking of having, another conflict. But then it was like everything was done by boat.
Yeah.
Big, heavy moves, heavy troops, a lot of troops. They put them on a boat and shipped them, you know?
Well, even Gulf War I and Gulf War II, a lot of that stuff was done by ship.
Right.
Especially all the hardware.
But we've got the technology today that if we wanted to go, if we were fighting a war and we got in country or close to country, we have the ability to drop enough supplies to actually build a land
Space Force.
We could build a base, a landing base, a landing strip pretty gosh darn quick. Pretty gosh darn quick in World War II, the Seabees, the fighting Seabees. They could build an airstrip pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
And we have way more technology today.
Yeah.
And now we got the planes that can land vertical. Just saying.
Not the big ones.
I think you're right about that. I think if Trump gets elected, I think a lot of that's going to be turned around. It's if we're going to maintain it, if we're going to be there, then they're going to pay for it. If they're not going to pay for it, then we're coming home.
Or relocating.
Get rid of the UN.
Reallocating assets.
Here's the thing: is when like Japan, I guarantee you, if Trump comes in and say, "Look, you're going to pay for all of this," and they're going to say, "Oh, we can't pay for it." Okay, we're pulling our shit out and going home. I guarantee you, they'll be like, "Oh no! Wait! Let's work a deal."
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, but all those military people pour a lot of money into those economies. A lot.
I know. Fuck yeah.
A lot. I know I did.
I have spent several paychecks at the local, ramen shop or bar or juicy.
I poured a lot of money into the economy that poured a lot of the alcohol back into me.
Hey. So yeah, I think that's what will happen based on, we know how Trump works. It's like saving. We're not going to pay for shit that you want. You're not going to, if you're not paying for our services, then we're out.
Yeah. Well, I hope
hopefully he cuts ties with NATO and the UN for all that matters. We don't need to be. We've outgrown both of those. And nobody else is putting in the amount of money that we are.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna do it. He's gonna cut everything. He's probably gonna do just like Biden did. He's gonna fucking executive order every fucking thing.
Well, it's the only way he's going to be able to pull it off, because if it goes that moves as fast as the speed of smell of Congress.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, why do we still have to be the big brother to the world? Why is it our responsibility to protect everybody? We could be a pretty big force if we just take care of ourselves and do some smaller things for the rest of the world, that aren't billions and billions of dollars and aren't billions and billions of dollars worth of equipment and gear.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Build a base on the moon.
it's not my responsibility to make sure Russia doesn't invade the Ukraine. And I don't care, Haley, you warmongering person.
Yeah. Well, here, and for anybody that's listening or anybody that is just thinks we're stupid, but think about this. Think about all the money that has been given out, that has been shelled out to all these countries for all these reasons, for all these militaries, and, to help this war and that war and this war and that war. Think about all that money coming back into our country, to our citizens. We wouldn't have a homeless problem. We wouldn't have a homeless problem. We wouldn't have high interest rates. We wouldn't have all of the things that high grocery bills, gas prices, all that shit. If we didn't send money out and it kept it all in our house, it's like, let's rethink that. Dwayne, it's like, Dwayne, you got to give up. You got to take out 60% of your income, what you have in your account, and you got to send it to other people outside this country, whatever. You have to take that money and
We're
push it
already
out.
working on wealth redistribution here. That's what half of these socialized
But the thing is,
programs are doing.
talk about wealth distribution, that wouldn't even be on the table if all that money that they've thrown out to other countries, shelled out for other wars and other bullshit things, stayed in house within the U.S. and got basically given back, all the money that we paid in. If we didn't have income tax, we keep all the money we fucking make. Think about just that part.
We do have to just, remember the preamble. I do believe that there needs to be some taxing. The government needs some money. But let me tell you, all this money that they spend in other countries, imagine if they brought it all back in and we focused all of those funds on our own country's infrastructure.
Well, instead
of we could actually lead the charge in correcting climate change.
There's a crazy thought.
Yeah, here's another one that'll end climate change. Cut the government size in half. Get rid of half of these nanny state programs.
Well, cut it in half, and that reduces the bullshit that's being spewed out.
Yeah, that'll cut the methane down.
We can increase our carbon-based electrical system.
It'd be beautiful. It'd be the best.
We could put electric vehicle charging stations everywhere. And we would only have to become energy independent petroleum wise to pay for and carbon or coal and natural gas. We'd have to drill so that we could power the generator to supply the electricity so that we could charge the electric vehicle. We could do that if we just took this money that we're spending on all these other countries, brought it back in. We would have to drill more, and we could build more infrastructure, and we have more electricity to generate more power so that we could have more electric vehicles, and everybody could be greener and happier, and everything would be wonderful.
And a little bit of Teddy Roosevelt isolationism goes a long ways.
And with what Dwayne said, tag on to that, that would put more money in your pocket, in each individual's pocket, because they're not having to shell out this bullshit. If think about that infrastructure thing, if it's all completed, we're not trying to pay for all these wars and then try to pay for, okay, we got one recharge pump, whatever you call it. It's like, it's all about money, man.
And we could quit exporting all of our food and made enough food for America so that when all of our shelves are full, everybody's shelves full, whatever's left over, then we could send that off to India and Africa. Because China's keeping all their food. And they're coming into our country and buying up our land and growing food that's sending back to China.
Right. I agree with you, man. China.
Reed Brothers.